It's time now for our Critics Corner. So what do you get when you mixed smoked fish, romance, and the Upper West Side? Well, an award-winning indie film that critics are raving about. It's called Putzel. And Allegra Cohen, who stars in the movie and is the producer of the film, is here with us. And welcome, Allegra.
It's so good to be here and meet you.
This must be so exciting for you, such a big time.
It has been tremendous. We're so excited that finally the world is going to be able to see the movie.
So this is your first big film. It's getting so much attention. So just give me a little background on the film. Like, how did you start it, and when did you start it?
Well, I actually came into the film as an actor at one of the first table reads and really bonded with our director, Jason Chayet, and writer Rick Moore. And it's about, it takes place on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, and it involves a guy by the name of Putzel.
Putzel.
Yes.
Perfect.
Putzel, the little Putz. And he is running his family's fish store on the Upper West Side, and he becomes completely afraid of leaving his hometown. And like Putzel, many of the characters are tied to the theme of risk and risking who you are for what you can become. And oftentimes it's so much easier to just stay in your comfort zone. But then you meet someone who can help you see yourself differently and the world around you differently, and can give you that push that you need to get out of your own way.
Well, we have a clip, and I definitely think we need to take a look at it so people can start to see Putzel.
Sounds good.
Hi, Putzel.
Hey, Putzel, how you doing?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Putzel, what is wrong with you?
Putzel!
What is a putzel?
The little putz?
Putzel, come over tonight, 8 o'clock.
There's a family meeting tonight. Sid's probably gonna give me the keys to the store.
I got an outside offer on the store. I'm gonna take it.
You can't.
I never promised to sell to you.
I have a 40-year plan.
Really? What's your 40-year plan?
To run the store for 40 years.
So many great actors already in this movie. Now, you've won a lot of awards.
Yes.
And the most recent one was?
Well, we played it over 50 film festivals, and
Okay.
we've won everything from the Audience Award to Best Screenplay, and we just won Best Picture at the Phoenix Film Festival.
Oh my gosh, there you
So
are.
those are really one of the best moments of my life.
And so tell us a little bit, about the people in the film, because I'm sure we all recognize them. Susie Essman.
Yes, we have Susie Essman, who plays such a different kind of role than her role on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Who I love, her and her mouth. You gotta love her.
She is just wonderful, such a talented lady,
Yeah.
and so witty. And the cast is actually led by Jack Carpenter, who's most known for the movie I Love You, Beth Cooper. And we have Melanie Linsky from 2.5 Men, and John Pankow from Mad About You and on Showtime's episodes. So we're just so fortunate to have this stellar group.
Yeah, it's amazing. And there, a big thing that's happening now is you're on demand, because that's really special.
That's right, that's our big news. We are gonna be gearing up for our big release, April 8th, where everyone is going to be able to access the movie and buy it and rent it on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Streaming, and it will also be available for purchase on DVD on Amazon. So we have to get everybody to get that film on April 8th.
Now, what are your friends and family saying? Because we talked about what a huge endeavor this is, and it's so cool that you've even finished it, now getting awards and on demand and all that great stuff on top of it. It's just too much. So what do your family say?
Everyone is just so proud of the journey and sticking with a project that you just really believe in. And we really all just believed in this story and our team. And everyone is so excited for us and how finally our dream has become a reality to get to get Putzel out there.
Well, you are living that dream, and also you have some ties to this area, because you and I were talking about your dance career here in the area in Cherry Hill.
Yep, I am from the west side of Cherry Hill.
West Side.
West Side. And yes, we danced at the same dance studio, Marsha Highland.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of friends and family who are watching will recognize you, remember you, and be excited to see the film coming out.
I think they're going to be so excited. It feels so good to be welcomed home.
Well, we all welcome you. Very proud of you, and we thank you so much for coming today. You'll
Thank
come back and
you.
visit us. Bring your next film.
Yes, I will definitely bring my next film, and you're fabulous, and I love your show.
Oh, thank you. thank you. It's a love fest today. Well,
It is.
everybody check out Putzel. I will be checking it out on demand April 8th. And as we go to break, take a look at some of the other movies in the theater and on DVD this week. Welcome back. This is the part of the show that I like to call All Hart, where we feature someone or an organization that's doing something inspiring. And this week I want to introduce you to Skip Wiener, who is the Executive Director of Urban Tree Connection, who is just rocking the urban world here. Skip, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Now tell everybody what Urban Tree is about.
Well, for about 15 years, we've been working in West Philadelphia, a small corner of Haddington, and taking over a very high crime-ridden area, pushing back drug dealers and chop shops, nighttime brothels, and repurposing the land into gardens and running children's environmental programs. And most recently, we've taken over a piece of land and started to farm on it. And as soon as we started to grow food, this whole thing exploded.
Spectacular. And so there was a court case where you actually won the right to be the conservators of these lots, or?
Yeah, a lot of the lots in Philadelphia are kind of in ownership mode, never land. So we took over a piece of land that was being used for a construction site, and there was just decades worth of debris there. And we converted it into a farm, but we had to go into the courts in order to get permission to become the conservator of this piece of land. The city couldn't get us this piece of land, and we petitioned to have the courts assign us the conservatorship of the land, and we were successful in doing that.
Okay, so we're going to look at a before and an after picture, because what you guys were able to do is really stunning. So here's just one of them.
Yeah, this is a piece of property in Mantua that we're working on. It's a couple of lots that we're working on with a church and converting to a local community farm.
Yeah, beautiful. And who's helping you out on these projects? Is this just volunteer, or?
We have many of the kids in the community that are working with us, but we also have university people that are coming in. Recently, last week, we had kids come in from Western Massachusetts. And
See, that's amazing. That's the city.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep. The university kids that are putting in unending amounts of volunteer time to get this done with us, in addition to all the people in the community that are working with us to build the farm and to grow the food.
So what first inspired you to do this kind of project? It's obviously a great project, but where was your beginning push that this is what you were going to do?
I grew up in West Philadelphia, and I moved back into West Philadelphia and looked at all the deterioration and the blight that was occurring. And after a certain point, I sort of said, I'm trained as a landscape architect, that I could do something about it. And as soon as I started working with people on the first lot, people started to come to me and say, I've got a drug house here that's come down. Could you build a garden? I've got a senior center over here. Could you do a intergenerational rose garden? There were a couple of lots that were very high crime, and there were a lot of drug deals, and a couple of guys got murdered, and we developed a children's memorial garden, and then finally this farm. So it's just been a rolling stone. It's just been a wonderful experience.
And you have some youth programs that go along with this whole project?
Every week we hang with kids around each one of these lots and each one of these gardens and farms, and teach them how to manage the property. In the summer we have 25 kids that we actually pay and train how to farm. And some of the kids we've been working with in Haddington, it's been over 10 years now.
And it's a real sense of pride for the kids to start with such a devastated area, and to watch it just change and emerge into something beautiful.
Well, I've had some kids that we've been working with for about 10 years, and I turned to Mukmin the other day and I said, what are you going to be when you grow up? And he said, I'm going to be a farmer. And I said, you got to be kidding me. And he said, nope, I'm going to be a farmer.
Spectacular. Well, you, my friend, are all heart, and we thank you so much for being here today, Skip Wiener.
Absolutely, Lauren.
From Urban
Thank you.
Tree Connection. Thank you for being here. And if you at home want to nominate someone who is in our area and is just doing something spectacular, who are all heart, email us at allhearttv@gmail.com. I want to thank Boutique Warehouse and you at home for watching, and I can't wait to see you next week.